Don't rush to the warehouse before checking out the latest changes hitting Costco shelves this week. A lot of these new arrivals are not just nice to look at. They also come with pricing and real-world value that make them incredibly hard to pass up. From products going viral all over social media to exclusive deals that are tough to find anywhere else, these are the standout new items you'll want to see before your next Costco trip. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Ninja Creamy Deluxe 11-in-1 Ice Cream Maker. The Ninja Creamy Deluxe has been getting a lot of attention lately, mostly because of how flexible it is to use. You can take everyday ingredients like milk, fruit, plant-based milk, or even protein shakes and turn them into customized frozen desserts at home. The deluxe version at Costco usually comes with extra containers, making it easier to prepare multiple flavors at the same time. It features 11 different settings, including traditional ice cream, gelato, sorbet, and frozen drinks. One of the biggest advantages is that you control the sugar and ingredients yourself, so it's easy to adjust recipes based on your dietary preferences. At around $179.99, this feels like a solid option for anyone who enjoys making desserts at home, especially during the summer when cold treats become even more tempting. 2. CalPack 8-Piece Luggage Set. CalPack is not just selling you a suitcase, they're selling a complete way to organize your packing from the start. The set includes 2 hard-shell suitcases with smooth, 360-degree spinner wheels, but the real value comes from all the included organizers: packing cubes, shoe bags, laundry bags. Each one solves a very specific problem. Clothes stay organized, dirty items stay separate from clean ones, and shoes no longer end up making the entire suitcase messy. Anyone who travels regularly knows how frustrating it feels to open a suitcase after a flight and find everything completely shifted around. This set almost eliminates that problem entirely. This year's colors also lean toward muted pastel tones like pistachio and chocolate, which look cleaner and hide scratches better than glossy bright colors. At $169.99 for the full set, each piece comes out to a little over $20, which is far cheaper than buying everything separately. 3. JBL Party Box Speaker. Instead of small Bluetooth speakers that tend to lose sound quality outdoors, the Party Box lineup focuses on delivering powerful audio performance in open spaces. The stage and club models are not really designed for listening in small indoor rooms. They're built for backyards, pool parties, camping trips, and outdoor gatherings. The bass goes deep and stays full without sounding thin or weak once you step a few feet away, like many mini speakers do. The higher power output also helps the sound stay clear even in crowded environments, instead of getting drowned out by surrounding noise. Another thing that stands out immediately is the synchronized LED lighting system. At night, it looks incredibly eye-catching and creates a true party atmosphere rather than just playing music in the background. Starting at around $399, it's definitely not cheap, but this is an entirely different category compared to portable handheld speakers. 4. Zojirushi Gourmet Sizzler. This grill is a cleaner alternative to traditional charcoal grilling. The biggest strength of the Gourmet Sizzler is its ability to maintain very even heat across the entire surface, allowing meat to cook evenly without the hot spots or burning that often happen with charcoal grills or cheaper electric models. The non-stick coating is also quite durable. After cooking, you usually only need a quick wipe to clean it instead of scrubbing aggressively like you would with metal grill grates. The lid design helps retain heat more effectively, allowing food to cook thoroughly without drying out on the outside. At around $90, this is a pretty practical solution for people who want to grill at home, on a balcony, or in enclosed spaces without creating too much smoke. It may not completely replace the experience of outdoor charcoal grilling, but it solves almost all of the inconvenience that comes with it. 5. Hover Air X1 Pro Max Drone. If you've ever felt intimidated by flying a drone because of crash risks or complicated controls, the Hover Air X1 Pro Max feels almost designed to completely remove that fear. This is not the kind of traditional drone that requires practice and advanced piloting skills. It feels more like a personal flying camera. The standout feature is its self-operating capability. You simply place it on your palm, press a button, and it automatically takes off and follows you while recording in incredibly sharp 8K resolution. The enclosed protective frame surrounding the propellers also adds a much higher level of safety when flying near people or in tight spaces, minimizing the risk of collisions. At $699.99 at Costco, this feels like a worthwhile investment for a smart filming device that delivers high-quality video without requiring complicated flying skills. Compact, easy to use, and extremely intelligent, this drone makes capturing memories during trips far simpler and much more effective. 6. Shark Bladeless Fan. Instead of traditional bladed fans that are difficult to clean and can be risky around children, Shark offers a much more modern and safer cooling solution. The most impressive part is the cylindrical airflow design, which creates a smooth, gentle, and more natural cooling sensation instead of the choppy airflow you often get from regular fans. On top of that, the unit also includes an air purification system that helps keep indoor spaces cleaner while reducing fine dust particles in the air. The minimalist and modern design also allows this fan to blend easily into many different interior styles without taking up much space. At around $249.99, this is a strong option to consider for anyone who values quiet spaces and better air quality during the summer. 7. iBue Power RTX 5070 Gaming PC. For anyone looking to upgrade their setup to handle the most demanding games of 2026 smoothly, this gaming PC from iBue Power is truly a powerful gaming machine. The highlight is the next-generation NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 graphics card, delivering outstanding graphics performance with sharp visuals and stable frame rates even at higher resolutions. Costco usually includes a very generous configuration with 32 gigabytes of RAM and a 2 terabyte SSD, allowing you to game and multitask at the same time without worrying about lag or running out of storage space. One of the biggest practical advantages of buying through Costco is the warranty and support coverage of up to 2 years, giving you extra peace of mind for an investment close to $1,900. Instead of building a PC piece by piece and dealing with compatibility risks, you can simply bring it home, plug it in, and start using it right away. 8. Philips Sonicare Water Flosser. Traditional flossing can sometimes feel time-consuming and uncomfortable on the gums, which is why the Philips Sonicare Water Flosser is becoming a more common choice in many households. The device uses quad stream technology to create an X-shaped water flow, allowing it to cover a larger area and clean more deeply than standard water flossers, even in hard-to-reach spaces between teeth. One thing worth noting at Costco is that the package often includes 2 separate handles, making it convenient for 2 people to share while still keeping the experience practical and easy to use. The unit runs quietly, the battery lasts a long time, and multiple pressure settings let you adjust the intensity based on gum sensitivity. At a listed price of $129.99, this feels like a worthwhile long-term investment in oral care that may help reduce dental problems later on. And if you shop during Costco's instant savings promotions, there's a good chance you can get the set for an even better price. 9. Mori Big Kahuna 44-inch bodyboard. Don't let the word bodyboard make you think this is just another generic summer toy hanging around the warehouse. What makes the Mori Big Kahuna 44-inch stand out is that it is not built for a few casual rides before being tossed aside after one trip. The 44-inch size is noticeably longer than many standard models, and that extra length creates a very clear difference once you get in the water. Adults, larger riders, or anyone who has ever been frustrated by boards that feel too small will immediately notice the stronger flotation, better stability, and easier wave catching. At $89.99, this is not the cheapest option on the shelf, but it feels far more worth the money compared to many of the alternatives. 10. Vitamix Costco Exclusive Blender. If there is one brand that is often considered the benchmark in the blender category, Vitamix is almost always mentioned first. The version sold at Costco is not just a regular blender. It is a highly durable machine built to perform consistently for years. The standout feature is its powerful motor, capable of blending everything from hard nuts to fibrous vegetables into an incredibly smooth texture. It can even heat soup through the friction created by the blades alone. The reason it is called a Costco exclusive is because the package usually includes extra containers or accessories, offering noticeably better value compared to buying everything separately elsewhere. At $399.99, you are not just buying a blender. You are investing in long-term convenience and reliability in the kitchen. Like the video if this surprised you. 11. Lego Icons Bouquet of Roses. If you love the idea of giving flowers but do not want them to wilt after a few days, the Lego Icons Bouquet of Roses offers a very different alternative. Featuring 12 roses in various blooming stages from closed buds to fully opened flowers, this set creates a bouquet with impressive depth and a surprisingly natural display appearance. One of the most enjoyable parts is the building process itself. Each petal is assembled with careful detail, creating a relaxing and satisfying experience once completed. At $89.99 at Costco, this feels like a solid value compared to the often higher prices found at other retailers. The stems are also adjustable in length, making it easy to arrange the bouquet in different types of vases for decorating a living room or workspace. 12. Pokémon/Transformers 4D Puzzle Set. If you're looking for a gift that can help pull kids away from screens or simply want something fun and relaxing to enjoy, this 4D puzzle set is definitely worth considering. Unlike traditional flat puzzles, these Pokémon and Transformers sets let you build detailed three-dimensional models with surprisingly impressive design accuracy. At just $33.99 for an officially licensed product, this is not always an easy price to find at toy stores. Watching each piece slowly come together into a complete Pikachu or Optimus Prime model brings a very satisfying feeling. The hard plastic material and sturdy connections also help the finished model hold together well enough to display nicely on a shelf. 13. Lego Game Boy. At under $50, the Lego Game Boy delivers pretty strong value for collectors or anyone who loves retro technology. Even with its compact size, the set recreates the legendary handheld console in impressive detail, including the familiar buttons, screen, and game cartridge slot. The build itself is not overly complicated, but the finished result has excellent display value, especially on a desk or bookshelf. At Costco, sets like this are often priced better than average retail, so if you happen to find the version you like, this feels like a very reasonable time to pick it up. 14. That's It Crunchables Organic Snacks. If you're looking for a snack for kids without worrying about complicated ingredient lists, Crunchables are an easy choice to consider. The biggest highlight is the simplicity. Each pack contains little more than 1 or 2 fruits like apples, strawberries, or persimmons, with no added sugar or preservatives. The crunchy drying process helps preserve the natural sweetness while creating a light, crispy texture that is easy to enjoy. At around $13.79 for a large bag divided into multiple smaller packs, this is a convenient option for school, work, or road trips. Each serving contains only about 40 calories, making it suitable even for people trying to watch their calorie intake. It's a simple, clean, and practical snack for everyday situations. 15. Haagen-Dazs Dubai-style chocolate mini bars. The Dubai chocolate trend with pistachio filling and crispy katifai layers has been getting a huge amount of attention lately, but many versions sold elsewhere come with a very high price tag. This Haagen-Dazs ice cream box delivers a similar experience at a much more accessible price. For about $15.99 for a box of 20 mini bars, you get a milk chocolate shell on the outside with lightly creamy pistachio ice cream inside, combined with crispy katifai strands that create the signature crunch. The mix of cold, smooth, and crispy textures makes each bite feel especially satisfying. The mini size also makes portion control much easier, making them perfect for dessert or a quick snack. 16. Bissell Little Green Commercial Spot Cleaner. Don't let the compact size of this machine fool you, because it truly is a lifesaver for households with kids or pets. The commercial version delivers stronger suction power than standard consumer models, making it capable of handling stubborn messes like mud, spilled food, and accidents on carpets or sofas. It is also highly effective for cleaning car interiors, from fabric seats to floor mats, allowing you to handle the job yourself at home without paying for professional detailing services. At around $120 at Costco, this machine can quickly pay for itself after just a few uses. It is also very easy to operate. Spray the cleaning solution, scrub lightly, then extract the dirty water. A compact device with impressive cleaning performance that helps keep your living space cleaner and more comfortable. 17. Sharper Image Hot and Cold Massage Gun. Unlike standard vibrating massage devices, the newer version from Sharper Image delivers a much more noticeable recovery experience thanks to built-in hot and cold therapy directly in the massage head. The long handle design also makes it easier to reach difficult areas like the back and shoulders without needing help from someone else. The heat mode helps relax muscles and improve blood circulation after a long workday, while the cold mode is better suited for reducing soreness after exercise or physical activity. At around $129.99, this feels like a practical option for everyday body care without needing regular spa visits. The combination of massage pressure and temperature therapy makes this device especially appealing in the personal wellness category. 18. Pyrex 8-piece glass bowl set. If you've ever been frustrated with plastic containers that trap odors, become stained, and never seem completely clean, this Pyrex glass bowl set is a very practical addition to any kitchen. For $16.99, you get 4 heat-resistant glass bowls with airtight lids, useful for everything from mixing salads and marinating food to storing leftovers in the refrigerator. Pyrex glass is already well known for its durability and safety. It does not absorb odors or hold onto food stains the way plastic often does, so it continues looking clean even after long-term use. At under $20 at Costco, this is one of those simple kitchen items that ends up getting used constantly, especially when you want food storage that feels cleaner, more organized, and easier to maintain. 19. 7-piece melamine lazy Susan serving tray set. If you regularly host outdoor BBQs or large family dinners, this is the kind of product that can instantly make your table feel more organized and elegant. What really makes this set stand out is the included sealed cover, which helps protect fruit, vegetables, sauces, and dips from dust and insects during outdoor meals. The 15-inch rotating tray spins very smoothly, and the 6 removable compartments make it much easier to organize different foods flexibly. Costco also uses melamine with a ceramic-like finish that looks very upscale while being lighter and far more durable than real ceramic. At around $20, this is the kind of item that not only makes your dining table look better, but also makes gatherings noticeably more convenient. 20. Tommy Bahama Outdoor Rocking Chair. Summer feels a lot more relaxing when you have a proper place to sit and unwind, and this outdoor rocking chair from Tommy Bahama does a very good job of filling that role. Priced at around $59.99, the chair features a lightweight aluminum frame that resists rust, along with breathable mesh fabric that helps keep your back from getting too hot during long periods of outdoor use. One practical advantage is that the chair folds down easily, making it convenient for camping trips or simple storage when not in use. For anyone with a balcony or a small patio, this is one of those simple but useful items that can make the space feel much more comfortable without requiring a major investment. 21. H2OGO Giant Pool Floats. The moment you walk into the seasonal section and see these floats lined up, it usually means one thing. Summer has officially started. This year, H2OGO is offering far more than just basic round floats. There are 2-person versions, recliner-style models, and even oversized floating island designs made for groups. One of the first things you notice is the larger overall size and the taller backrests, which make lounging for long periods much more comfortable. The plastic material also feels noticeably thicker and sturdier compared to standard inflatable floats, helping them maintain their shape better even after repeated use. Prices currently range from around $69.99 for smaller models to over $300 for the larger versions. While these are not deep discount prices yet, this is usually the stage when the selection is still at its best. 22. Green Pan Spectra Diamond Cookware Set. If you've been concerned about traditional non-stick coatings that peel over time and feel questionable for long-term use, the Green Pan Spectra Diamond Set is definitely worth considering. The standout feature is the diamond-infused Thermalon ceramic coating, which creates a harder cooking surface with fast and even heat distribution. This 3-piece set covers the basic needs for everyday cooking in the kitchen. At around $169.99, the value goes beyond just reliable cooking performance. It also comes without PFOA, The modern design, strong heat resistance, and oven-safe capability also make the set more versatile in daily use. 23. Ninja Foodi Flex Basket 11-quart Air Fryer. One thing that immediately stands out about the Ninja Foodi Flex Basket the moment you see it is the noticeably larger cooking space compared to standard air fryers. The 11-quart capacity is large enough to handle bigger portions like a whole chicken or full racks of ribs without needing to cut them into smaller pieces. The flexibility comes from the removable divider, which allows you to quickly switch between cooking two separate dishes or using one large cooking zone depending on your needs. The dual-zone technology helps both dishes finish cooking at the same time, preventing situations where one item is ready while the other still needs extra time. At $149.99, this feels like a strong option for people who cook frequently and want a kitchen appliance that is both spacious and flexible. 24. Type S4 KAI Dash Cam. One very real thing is that most people only start thinking about a dash cam after they have already experienced an unexpected situation on the road. The Type S4 KAI is designed to help handle those situations ahead of time by recording your entire drive in sharp Ultra HD quality, clear enough to capture license plates and surrounding details even during nighttime driving. Beyond recording video, the camera also includes several AI-assisted safety features such as forward collision warnings and lane departure alerts, helping drivers stay more aware during long trips. Installation is fairly straightforward. The interface is easy to use, and the system is stable enough for everyday use without needing constant adjustments. At $119.99 at Costco, this is a device built around real-world practicality, giving you both reliable trip recording and an extra layer of confidence while driving. The opportunity to grab these worthwhile finds does not wait for hesitation, because at Costco, showing up even a little too late can mean the shelves are already empty. Costco moves inventory incredibly fast, especially seasonal items and products with strong pricing. If you already spotted something you truly need, do not wait too long. Sometimes the best shopping decision is simply recognizing the right moment. Which product in this video surprised you the most? A lot of people walk into Costco hoping to save money, but quietly end up spending more every month without even realizing it. Meanwhile, others are practically using Costco like a cost-cutting machine for their entire household, saving as much as $150 a month, nearly $1,800 a year, enough for a luxury vacation or a very solid emergency fund. And it all starts with shopping strategies that most customers never even notice. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, the $4.99 rotisserie chicken strategy. One of the biggest reasons grocery bills have climbed so quickly lately is not expensive steaks or premium seafood. The real budget drain for many families comes from prepared deli foods, sliced meats, packaged salads, and quick grab-and-go meals picked up after work. That is exactly why Costco's $4.99 rotisserie chicken is considered one of the most famous money-saving weapons in the store. Not because it is simply cheap, but because many longtime shoppers have turned one chicken into the foundation for nearly an entire week of meals. With just one rotisserie chicken, you already have enough protein for at least 4 different meals. The chicken breast can be shredded for tacos or sandwiches the next day. The drumsticks become a full dinner paired with salad or mashed potatoes. The remaining meat can be mixed with mayonnaise for a quick chicken salad meal. And the part many people throw straight into the trash is actually the real hidden gold mine, the bones. Simply toss the bones into a pot with onions, carrots, and a few celery stalks, and you almost instantly have a rich homemade bone broth that grocery stores often sell for $6 to $10 per small carton. Many families even use the broth afterward for soup, ramen, or cooking rice over the next several days. That is why so many shoppers view Costco rotisserie chicken as a meal prep hack, rather than just another convenience food. Compared to buying deli meat separately, ordering takeout, or purchasing smaller portions of meat at regular grocery stores, this strategy can easily cut around $30 a month from food expenses without noticeably lowering meal quality. What makes it even more interesting is that Costco has kept the $4.99 price for years, despite food costs rising dramatically almost everywhere else. And that consistency is exactly what has turned this chicken into one of the strongest money-saving tools that longtime Costco shoppers quietly take advantage of every single week. 2. The Golden Arrow Rule, asterisk, and the .97 price tag. Most shoppers have no idea Costco even has a secret pricing code system, so they unknowingly end up paying dozens of dollars more for the exact same item right before it gets its deepest markdown. While most people focus on the product itself, real deal hunters look at the tiny corner of the price sign first. Just two small symbols there are enough to tell them which items are about to get heavily discounted and which ones are about to disappear from the warehouse for good. Those symbols are the asterisk asterisk and prices ending in .97, often considered Costco's most famous savings code. At Costco, a .97 ending is usually a sign of a clearance item that managers have directly marked down to move inventory faster. Put simply, this is often the final pricing stage before the product gets removed from the system entirely. Meanwhile, the asterisk asterisk in the upper right corner of the price sign signals that the item will not be restocked once it sells out. It's not uncommon for household products to drop from $79.99 to $49.97 within just a few weeks near the end of a product's life cycle. The categories that usually see the deepest discounts are clothing, small appliances, luggage, patio furniture, and seasonal items after major holidays. What makes it interesting is that Costco rarely puts up giant big sale signs like traditional supermarkets do. They mostly leave it up to customers to notice these signals on their own. And that creates the feeling that you're somehow hacking the pricing system in a way most regular shoppers never notice. 3. The Kirkland Signature Philosophy. A lot of people are willing to spend dozens of extra dollars just for the feeling of brand security, even though right next to it is often a Kirkland Signature version with extremely similar quality at a much lower price. What's interesting is that Kirkland doesn't operate like a typical cheap store brand. Costco understands very well that if the quality is bad, customers will not come back to buy products in bulk again. So instead of building entire manufacturing systems themselves, they often partner directly with major manufacturers that already produce goods for famous national brands. That's why many longtime Costco shoppers almost see Kirkland as the no-advertising version of major name brands. Kirkland's signature coffee became famous for being roasted by Starbucks for many years. Kirkland batteries are frequently compared to Duracell because the performance is very similar. Even Kirkland paper towels, supplements, diapers, and laundry detergent have extremely loyal customers because the quality gap is simply not big enough to justify the higher price of major brands. The real difference comes down to marketing costs. Major brands spend billions of dollars on TV commercials, influencers, sponsorships, and media campaigns. Costco almost completely skips that entire expense with Kirkland's Signature. And when you add up many small purchases over the course of a month, the savings become very noticeable. A box of Kirkland diapers can cost a few dollars less than Huggies. Laundry detergent, toilet paper, coffee pods, and vitamins may only be slightly cheaper individually, but if an entire household switches to Kirkland Essentials instead of name brands, the total bill can easily drop by around $30 to $40 per month, with almost no noticeable difference in daily use. In reality, many longtime Costco shoppers follow the exact opposite rule from most people. Before buying a name brand, they always check whether Kirkland has an equivalent version first. And many times the thing that saves them the most money ends up being the less flashy logo on the packaging. 4. Ignoring the center zone. A lot of people walk into Costco planning to buy just a few basics like milk, eggs, and meat, but somehow end up leaving with a new blanket, a giant box of snacks, decorative lights, or even a tech item they never intended to buy in the first place. What's interesting is that most of this overspending usually happens in one specific area: the wide central aisles in the middle of the warehouse that Costco calls Action Alley. This is not a random layout choice. Costco understands very well how impulse shopping psychology works. The large pallets placed in the main walkways are specifically designed to create a strong sense of urgency and visual attraction. The price signs are bigger, the lighting is brighter, the walkways are wider, and the products are displayed in a way that makes you think, this item must be really popular right now. And the dangerous part is that these items usually are not expensive enough to make you feel like you just overspent. A $12 snack box, a $17 sweater, or a $24 food storage container set may seem harmless on their own. But after adding a few purchases like that during every Costco trip, the monthly bill starts climbing very quickly, and many people never realize where the extra spending is actually coming from. The most budget-conscious Costco shoppers often follow a very simple strategy called shop the perimeter, meaning they stay close to the outer edges of the warehouse. They mostly walk along the walls where the essential items are located, including meat, dairy, eggs, produce, bread, and necessary household goods. The goal is to minimize the amount of time spent wandering through the center area, where everything is designed to trigger shopping emotions instead of actual needs. What's fascinating is that Costco intentionally changes the action alley layout constantly, so customers never feel completely familiar with it. Every warehouse visit feels like something new just showed up, and that sense of surprise is exactly what causes many people to lose control of their budget within the first few minutes. Like the video if this surprised you. 5. The shop card trick. One of the biggest misconceptions about Costco is thinking you absolutely have to pay for an annual membership to take advantage of the wholesale prices inside the warehouse. And because of that belief, many people miss out on great deals simply because they feel they do not shop at Costco, often enough to justify the $60 yearly fee. But in reality, Costco still has a way for you to shop almost like a regular member without having your own membership. That method is the Costco Shop Card, a gift card that an official Costco member can purchase for you. When you have a shop card in hand, you can basically enter Costco and pay like a regular membership customer. If you only visit Costco a few times a year to buy toilet paper, snacks, bottled water, frozen meat, or supplies for family gatherings, this approach can help you enjoy wholesale pricing without maintaining an annual membership fee. Most customers do not realize that the membership fee itself can sometimes create a surprisingly dangerous mindset. After paying for a membership, many people start convincing themselves they need to make it worth it, and that is usually when shopping carts start filling up with things they do not actually need. Meanwhile, shop card users tend to shop with much more intention. They go directly to the sections they need, pick up exactly what they came for, and leave instead of spending an hour wandering through Action Alley and the discounted pallet displays. Of course, Costco still has a few small limitations depending on the location. If the balance on your shop card is not enough to cover the full purchase, some warehouses may require you to pay the remaining amount with cash or a debit card. But for people who do not shop there very often, this is still an extremely smart way to access wholesale pricing without committing to an annual membership fee. If you spread the $60 membership fee across the year, you are essentially keeping an extra $5 per month without changing your shopping habits very much. 6. Hunting for gift card deals. Near the checkout area, you could save nearly $20 a month on dining and entertainment just by looking at the gift card section near Costco's checkout area. While many people still pay full price for restaurant meals or weekend movie tickets, longtime Costco shoppers are practically buying money for less than its actual value. This is one of the easiest discounts to use because you do not need to hunt for coupons or wait for the perfect sale. Costco often sells gift card bundles worth $100 for only around $79.99 or $84.99. That means you are already saving close to 20% before you even step into the restaurant. These bundles appear regularly for major chains like the Cheesecake Factory, Texas Roadhouse, Domino's, and Subway, as well as popular movie theater chains. If your family already eats out a few times a month, the accumulated savings become much bigger than most people expect. Just 2 weekend dinners paid for with Costco gift cards could save enough money for another meal or almost an entire tank of gas. What makes this strategy appealing to many people is the sense of guaranteed savings. You do not have to hope the meal gets discounted. You do not need to chase complicated rewards apps, and you do not have to change your lifestyle very much. The discount already exists the moment you buy the gift card. 7. Filling up. During the golden hours, most Costco shoppers already know that gas there is usually around 20 to 40 cents cheaper per gallon than at other stations. But Costco gas stations are also so crowded that many people end up waiting longer in line than they spend shopping inside the warehouse itself. You waste both time and extra fuel just sitting in a long line of cars. Meanwhile, there are still shoppers who almost never have to wait very long simply because they know exactly when to go. Experienced Costco gas customers almost always avoid peak hours around midday or after normal work hours. Instead, they usually stop by before 9 a.m. or after around 7 p.m., when the lines begin shrinking dramatically. Just avoiding long wait times completely changes the experience, especially on weekends when some Costco gas stations feel as crowded as a mini concert parking lot. Another small detail many people still do not take advantage of is that Costco fuel hoses are designed long enough to reach the opposite side of the vehicle. That means you do not have to stubbornly wait for the side matching your gas tank. In many cases, choosing the empty lane on the opposite side lets you pull in almost immediately instead of standing there for another 10 to 15 minutes. In addition, the Costco app can also save a significant amount of time. You can check operating hours, find the nearest station, or have your digital membership ready on your phone instead of fumbling around for your card when it is finally your turn. These details may sound small, but they are exactly what make filling up faster and far less stressful. Of course, the actual savings depend on how often you drive. But with gas price differences staying fairly consistent throughout the year, many families have essentially cut several $100s in fuel costs without changing cars or reducing how much they travel. 8. Taking advantage of the 30-day. There is almost no worse feeling than buying something at Costco one week, only to come back and see the exact same item discounted another $20, $30, or even $50 right on the shelf. Most people react with a few seconds of regret and then tell themselves, oh well. But what many shoppers fail to use is Costco's 30-day price adjustment policy for many products. That means if an item you recently bought gets marked down during that period, you can absolutely request a refund for the difference instead of quietly accepting that you overpaid. You do not need to drag the bulky item back to the warehouse. There is no need to remove the TV from the wall or haul the air fryer back into your car. In most cases, Costco simply asks for your receipt or purchase information from the Costco app to verify the transaction. After that, the price difference is usually refunded fairly quickly at the customer service desk. Longtime Costco shoppers almost always make a habit of checking prices again after holiday sales or major markdown events. That is when many appliances, electronics, patio furniture items, and seasonal products suddenly get heavily discounted to clear inventory. An air fryer purchased for $89 last week could drop to $69 just a few days later. Luggage sets and vacuums also frequently get these kinds of surprise markdowns. It's only a few extra dollars is what many people think, but these small amounts are exactly what quietly create a huge difference over the course of a year. If you reclaim around $10 to $20 each month from a few price adjustments, the total amount you keep can easily cover extra gas, groceries, or even an entire membership renewal. 9. Buying supplements and medicine at the pharmacy. One of the expenses that quietly drives up monthly spending the fastest is vitamins and over-the-counter medicine. Just a few bottles of fish oil, vitamin D, allergy relief, or pain relievers bought at a regular supermarket can add dozens of extra dollars to your bill without you even noticing. Meanwhile, Costco's pharmacy section is viewed by many longtime shoppers as a cost-cutting warehouse for the entire family, especially for households with children or older adults who regularly use supplements. The part that surprises many people most is the ingredient label. When you place Kirkland products next to famous brands like Centrum, Nature Made, or One A Day, there are many cases where the active ingredient levels are nearly identical, sometimes even higher, while the price is significantly lower because the products are sold in bulk quantities. A bottle of Kirkland fish oil or vitamin C usually contains far more servings than the versions sold at regular pharmacies, while the cost per serving is dramatically lower. Some Kirkland allergy medicines and pain relievers are even viewed by many customers as giant generic versions, with very similar effectiveness at only a fraction of the price. Most shoppers still have the mindset that medicine and vitamins are only safe if they come from the most famous brands. But in reality, many Kirkland products follow the same testing standards and clearly list the active ingredient amounts right on the packaging. And once you start comparing ingredients instead of logos, the price difference becomes very difficult to ignore. Of course, the important thing is still choosing the right product for your personal needs, rather than buying impulsively just because the container looks huge. 10. The divide and conquer strategy. One of the biggest traps when shopping at Costco is the feeling that buying more means saving more. And technically, the unit prices there often are much cheaper than at traditional grocery stores. But the problem starts when you bring home a giant bag of onions, an oversized salad container, or a 3-pack of milk and realize your family simply cannot finish everything before it goes bad. That is when the savings on the price tag start turning into forgotten food. In the refrigerator, wilted produce, or expired containers that end up going straight into the trash. And in reality, food waste is one of the biggest reasons many people think they are saving money at Costco, while their monthly spending barely goes down at all. Longtime Costco shoppers often use a very simple method jokingly called split with friends, meaning they shop together with friends, neighbors, or relatives and divide everything up right in the parking lot. It may sound a little funny, but this is how many American families take advantage of wholesale pricing without dealing with the pressure of consuming massive quantities. A very common sight is two families standing next to their cars in the Costco parking lot, splitting packs of croissants, muffins, fruit, salad kits, or giant snack boxes. A smaller household usually cannot finish everything before the quality starts declining, but when the items are divided between 2 or 3 families, everything suddenly becomes much more practical. You still get Costco pricing, but the amount you consume feels much closer to a normal grocery shopping routine. This strategy works especially well for perishable items like vegetables, berries, milk, and bakery products. Many people think they are saving money by buying giant packages, but in reality they are often paying for the portion of food that eventually gets thrown away. And that wasted food is what actually drives real spending higher. What is interesting is that this strategy also makes Costco shopping feel much less stressful. You no longer feel pressured to stuff the freezer full or force the entire family to eat the same thing repeatedly just to avoid waste. Instead, you start buying the amount you truly need while still taking advantage of the wholesale pricing that makes Costco appealing in the first place. Real savings do not come from cutting back so much that life starts feeling miserable. Just changing a few small habits during each Costco trip can turn money that once seemed too small to matter into thousands of dollars saved every year. And sometimes, watching your savings account grow each month feels even more satisfying than any discounted item sitting inside the warehouse. Which strategy are you going to try on your next Costco trip? Have you ever felt like eating healthy in the US is almost out of reach, especially when grocery bills are often jokingly called a whole paycheck? The reality is, there are ways to cut nearly half the cost of organic food without sacrificing nutrition. Costco quietly operates with a pricing system and product strategy that's far smarter than most people realize. This video will walk you through it step by step, helping you maximize value while maintaining quality meals and keeping your budget under control in a surprisingly effective way. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Frozen organic vegetables. If there's one section in Costco that many people walk past without recognizing its true value, it's the frozen vegetable aisle. It may seem less appealing than fresh produce, but in reality, it's quite the opposite. Fresh vegetables you see on grocery store shelves have often gone through a long journey from farm to transportation to storage before reaching you. During that time, especially with nutrients like vitamin C, they can lose anywhere from 30% to 50% of their nutritional value. So while they may look fresh, they're often not as nutritionally optimal as you might assume. In contrast, Costco's frozen organic vegetables are harvested at peak ripeness and then frozen immediately. This flash freezing process locks in nearly all of the original nutrients. A study from UC Davis also confirms that flash frozen vegetables can retain equal or even higher nutritional value compared to fresh produce that has been stored for several days. But what really surprises most people is the price. For example, organic broccoli at Costco costs about $1.63 per pound, compared to nearly $2 at Whole Foods or close to $4 at Walmart for a similar fresh product. You're saving up to nearly 40% on the same type of food. And this isn't an isolated case. It reflects the general pricing across the entire frozen section. On top of that, frozen vegetables almost completely eliminate food waste. No more buying a bag of produce only to throw it away a few days later because it wilted or spoiled. You use what you need, and the rest stays perfectly preserved for weeks, even months. A highly practical tip is to prioritize frozen options for items on the dirty dozen list, such as strawberries and spinach. These are produce items more likely to carry pesticide residues if not organic. When you buy them frozen at Costco, you can access organic versions at prices that are often comparable to conventional produce at other stores. If you want to preserve the best flavor, the cooking method also makes a big difference. Instead of boiling, try quick steaming or light sautéing to retain natural sweetness. Frozen peas, in particular, are often considered a gold standard because their sweetness and texture remain more consistent than fresh peas that have been sitting for days. 2. Organic eggs and milk under the Kirkland label. The organic eggs and dairy section at Costco is where a significant price gap quietly forms compared to premium chains like Whole Foods. Take organic milk as a simple example. At Costco, a 3-pack of half-gallon Kirkland milk works out to about $7.33 per gallon. At Whole Foods, the same organic standard typically ranges from $8.49 to nearly $10 per gallon. It may not sound like a huge difference at first, but if this is something you buy every week, the savings can add up to several $100s a year with quality that is nearly identical. What's important here is that Kirkland organic milk still meets strict standards. No growth hormones, no antibiotics, and clean farming practices. That means you're not sacrificing quality for a lower price. You're simply benefiting from Costco's bulk purchasing model. Kirkland organic eggs also carry the Certified Humane label, which ensures more humane living conditions for the hens. While they may not be the highest-tier pasture-raised eggs you'll find from some brands at Whole Foods, they still exceed the standards of conventional industrial eggs. When you weigh price against quality, this is a balance point that many savvy shoppers choose. A 24-count carton at Costco is typically much more affordable than buying smaller cartons at other grocery stores. When you break it down to the price per egg, the difference becomes very clear. This is especially valuable for households that use eggs regularly for breakfast, cooking, or baking. There is one important consideration if you want to maximize the value. Since eggs are sold in larger quantities, it's important to check the expiration date and consider how quickly your household will use them. This isn't a drawback. It's simply something to manage to avoid waste. 3. Bulk quinoa and nuts. At first glance, these may look like simple bags of dry goods, but if you know how to buy and use them strategically, bulk quinoa and nuts can become a long-term nutrition reserve that helps reduce your food spending for months. When you break down the cost per ounce, organic quinoa at Costco comes out to about 14 cents. At chains like Trader Joe's, the same type of product can go up to 25 cents per ounce. That 40 to 45% difference may not feel obvious when you're only looking at the total price, but once you start using it weekly for salads, grain bowls, or meal prep, the savings add up quickly. The value of quinoa isn't just about price. It's one of the few plant-based foods that contains complete protein, along with high levels of fiber and essential minerals. That means you're buying an ingredient that can replace more expensive items like meat or processed foods while still maintaining balanced nutrition. Similarly, nuts like almonds, walnuts, and cashews at Costco are typically 10 to 20% cheaper per ounce compared to Walmart. This matters because nuts are one of the more expensive food categories almost everywhere. A large bag may feel like a big upfront purchase, but in reality, it's a smart investment that can last for months. The main concern that holds people back from buying in bulk is the fear of spoilage. Nuts are high in natural oils, so if they sit at room temperature for too long, they can go rancid and lose their flavor. But with a small adjustment in storage, you can extend their shelf life to 1 or even 2 years. The simplest method is to portion them out right after purchase. Keep a small amount, enough for 1 to 2 weeks, in an airtight container in your kitchen. Store the rest in sealed bags or containers in the freezer. The low temperature slows oxidation, preserving both the crunch and the natural flavor of the nuts. Like the video if this surprised you. 4. Organic chicken. If there's one item that often feels like an amazing deal but also leads to the most waste, it's bulk packaged organic chicken at Costco. The price is very appealing, typically around $3.49 per pound, significantly lower than many other grocery stores. But the real issue isn't the price. It's how you handle it once you bring it home. A common mistake many people make is leaving the entire 5 to 6 pound pack in the refrigerator, assuming they'll use it gradually over a few days. In reality, fresh chicken only maintains optimal quality for about 1 to 2 days. After that, you end up in a familiar situation, either rushing to cook it in time or throwing part of it away because it no longer feels safe to use. That's when the original great deal turns into wasted money. The most effective solution is surprisingly simple but makes a huge difference. As soon as you get home, treat the pack of chicken as a raw ingredient that needs to be portioned. Costco's vacuum-sealed chicken packs are usually divided into sections, just cut along the seams, and you can separate them while keeping each individual pouch sealed. Once separated, the next critical step is freezing, but not the way many people typically do it. Instead of stacking the bags, lay each one flat in the freezer. This makes a big difference on busy days. You can simply take one portion out, place it in cold water or the refrigerator, and it'll be ready to cook in a relatively short time. To take it a step further, portion the chicken based on your household's actual needs, such as 1 bag per meal. You can even pre-season it with simple spices before freezing. When you need it, just take it out and cook, with no extra prep required. There's also a very practical backup option worth using: Costco's $4.99 rotisserie chicken. While it's not organic, it's one of the most cost-effective protein sources available. A useful tip is to shred the meat while it's still warm. Place the whole chicken in a large zip-top bag and gently massage it. The meat will separate from the bones quickly. Then portion and freeze it, and you'll have ready-to-use protein for salads, sandwiches, or soups anytime. 5. Extra virgin olive oil. Many people are still willing to spend more because they believe higher price means higher quality, especially when it comes to extra virgin olive oil. But at Costco, there's an exception that surprises a lot of shoppers: the Kirkland Signature Extra Virgin Olive Oil. The first thing to understand is that not every bottle labeled extra virgin actually meets the standard. The olive oil market in the US has faced serious scrutiny, with many products found to be diluted or not meeting purity requirements. That's exactly where Kirkland stands out. Kirkland's organic olive oil has been tested by independent organizations like UC Davis, one of the most respected research institutions in agriculture and food science. The results confirm that it truly meets extra virgin standards: cold-pressed, free from chemical processing, and retaining its natural antioxidants. And importantly, this is something not every premium-priced brand can guarantee. One key metric that often goes unnoticed is polyphenol content, which plays a major role in heart health. Kirkland olive oil measures around 370 milligrams per kilogram, exceeding the European minimum standard of 250 milligrams per kilogram. This doesn't just impact health, it's also noticeable in the flavor, with a slight peppery finish that signals high-quality oil. A 2-liter bottle typically costs around $20.99. In comparison, achieving similar quality from imported brands can easily cost over $40 for the same volume. That means you're saving nearly half the cost for an equivalent level of quality. Beyond salad use, Kirkland olive oil has a smoke point of around 400 degrees Fahrenheit, making it suitable for medium heat cooking like sautéing. This is a major advantage, as you don't need to buy multiple types of oil for different cooking purposes. Here's a practical example. If you cook at home regularly, simply switching from standard cooking oil to a high-quality olive oil like Kirkland can improve both the flavor and the nutritional value of your meals. And when you break it down per use, the actual cost difference is minimal, sometimes even lower compared to buying smaller bottles from premium brands. 6. Seasonal fruit. One common mistake that quietly drives up grocery bills is buying organic fruit at the wrong time. Just because something is labeled organic doesn't mean you should automatically put it in your cart. Fruit prices depend heavily on seasonality, and this is exactly where you can create meaningful savings. Take a familiar example like strawberries. When they're in season, prices at Costco can drop significantly, sometimes even to half of what you'd pay off-season. But if you buy the same product when supply is limited, you're paying more not because the quality is better, but because transportation and storage costs are higher. The same pattern applies to blueberries, grapes, and peaches. Costco has a strong supply chain advantage, so when a fruit is in season, prices tend to drop faster and stay more stable compared to many other grocery stores. For example, Cosmic Crisp apples can fall to around $1.25 per pound during peak season, while prices at other times are noticeably higher. Oranges, mandarins, and lemons are also great seasonal buys and can last for weeks in the refrigerator without spoiling. That said, not every fruit is ideal for bulk buying. Avocados are a perfect example. Many shipments come from Peru or Chile and are harvested early to withstand long transportation times. As a result, they tend to ripen all at once, and if you don't use them quickly, waste becomes very likely. A smarter approach is to divide fruit into two categories. For thin-skinned items like strawberries, apples, and grapes, it's best to buy organic when they're in season, since prices are at their most accessible and often close to conventional options. For thick-skinned fruits like bananas, avocados, and oranges, you can confidently choose conventional versions to save more while still maintaining safety. Interestingly, once you start buying fruit based on seasonality, you're not just saving money, you're also getting better quality. In-season fruit tends to have a richer flavor, higher natural sweetness, and requires less intensive storage. That means you're paying less while actually enjoying a better eating experience. 7. Cold-pressed juice. Step into almost any juice bar in the US, and you'll easily see prices ranging from $10 to $15 for a small bottle. That alone makes many people feel like maintaining a daily juice habit isn't financially realistic. But at Costco, the story plays out very differently. Instead of selling individual bottles at premium prices, they offer bulk packs from familiar brands like Suja, Pulp, and Press Juicery. This packaging strategy creates a significant price advantage. Costco sells an 18-pack of organic juice. When you break it down, each bottle comes out to around $2. In comparison, buying the same type of product individually at Whole Foods or Target typically costs between $4 and $6 per bottle. That means you're saving at least $2 per serving, sometimes even more. If this is part of your daily routine, those savings can add up to tens or even hundreds of dollars each month. What's important is that the lower price doesn't mean lower quality. These juices still use HPP, high-pressure processing, instead of heat. This method helps preserve natural enzymes and sensitive vitamins much better than traditional pasteurized juices. You're still getting nutritional value close to fresh juice, but at a much more accessible cost. Another advantage is the variety within each pack. Instead of being limited to one flavor, you'll typically get a mix: green juices with kale and spirulina, citrus blends with lemon, ginger, and turmeric, or vegetable-based options like beet juice. This variety makes it easier to maintain the habit without getting bored. That said, it's important to stay mindful when choosing. Not every product labeled organic is automatically a healthy option. Some fruit drinks, especially those marketed to children, can contain over 30 grams of added sugar per serving. This is something you should always check on the nutrition label to avoid turning a healthy habit into an unnecessary sugar intake. 8. Organic snacks for kids. If there's one section that can quietly drain your budget when shopping for your family, it's the kids' snack aisle. On the surface, many products are labeled organic, fruit-based, or no artificial flavors. But when you take a closer look at the ingredient list, the reality can be very different. One of the most common traps is fruit snacks. Even though they're marketed with fruit imagery and positioned as a healthy option for kids, the first ingredient is often corn syrup or concentrated sugar. That means you're essentially paying for something very similar to gummy candy. The difference is mostly in the packaging and marketing message. Costco is one of the few places where you can avoid this trap if you know what to look for. Products like That's It bars are a clear example. The ingredient list is extremely simple, often just 2 types of pressed fruit with no added sugar and no preservatives. When purchased in bulk packs of 24 to 36 bars, the price per bar drops significantly compared to buying them individually elsewhere. Another accessible option is organic applesauce pouches with no added sugar. Instead of buying small packs at higher prices, Costco offers multi-packs of around 24 pouches at a much more reasonable cost. It's a convenient solution for families with young children, easy to carry and easier to manage from a nutrition standpoint. Other options like dried peas or plain popcorn are also worth considering. Dried peas provide both protein and fiber, helping kids stay full longer instead of relying on quick sugar spikes. Lightly salted, low-oil popcorn is a whole grain snack that works well for everyday snacking without adding unnecessary sugar. One interesting advantage of buying snacks in bulk is that you're not just saving money, you're also gaining better control over what your kids eat each day. Instead of picking up small, overpriced snacks from convenience stores, you already have better options at home at a lower cost per serving. That said, the most important habit is still reading the ingredient list carefully. Don't let the organic label mislead you. Truly good products usually have short, simple ingredient lists and no hidden sugars. 9. Planning your menu around the coupon book. One secret weapon that helps many Costco shoppers consistently keep their bills lower than others isn't luck. It's how they use the coupon book. It may sound simple, but in reality, this tool can completely change the way you spend, especially on organic products that tend to be more expensive. Instead of going to the store and deciding what to buy on the spot, a more effective approach is to reverse the process. Check the monthly savings book first, then plan your weekly menu around what's currently on sale. That's the key difference between shopping out of habit and shopping with a strategy. Items like organic protein powder, vitamins, whole bean coffee, and olive oil show up in these promotions regularly. Each discount can range from $5 to $10 per product. If you only buy items as needed, you'll almost always pay full price. But if you wait for the right timing, you can get the same quality at a significantly lower cost. What's interesting is that these sales don't happen randomly. They often follow a cycle of about 8 to 12 weeks. That means if you pay attention, you can start to anticipate when your favorite items will return to their lowest prices. This is when many shoppers apply a stock-up strategy. Instead of buying one box of coffee for the week, they'll buy 2 or 3 when the price is at its lowest. Instead of purchasing vitamins month by month, they'll buy enough for several months at once. The upfront cost may be higher, but on a per-use basis, the savings are substantial. A small but important detail to watch is pricing that ends in 0.99. This usually indicates a regular, non-discounted price. When an item is included in the coupon book, you'll notice a clear price drop. And if it's combined with a rare clearance event, the price can go even lower. The key here isn't buying more, it's buying at the right time. You're still using the same products and maintaining the same quality in your meals, but your average weekly cost naturally goes down. As you apply this consistently, you'll start to realize something important. Organic products that once seemed expensive can absolutely fit within your budget, if you're patient enough to wait for the right deals. Over time, those $5 or $10 savings add up to a much larger number than you might expect. Everything you've just seen are practical strategies for buying organic food at Costco while significantly cutting costs without sacrificing meal quality. The key point is that the best prices don't wait. They appear at the right moment and disappear quickly. If you don't take advantage of them, it's easy to fall back into paying full price without even noticing. Which money-saving tip in this video surprised you the most? You might be missing out on the last real savings opportunities at Costco without even realizing it. Right now, some items are being cleared out at prices so low they're almost like getting them for free. But they're not sitting there waiting for you. And these are the deals that are actually worth acting on today. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Traeger Pellet Grill. If you've always thought real American-style BBQ was only for restaurants or setups that cost thousands, this $399.99 price completely flips that idea. This isn't a standard charcoal grill. It's a pellet grill, meaning precise temperature control, consistent heat, and the ability to grill, smoke, or even slow cook without constantly watching it. What really stands out is the $200 discount during Memorial Day, something that typically shows up just once a year. Normally, you'll see this closer to the $600 range, and it rarely drops this low. Because it's a seasonal item, the closer it gets to summer, the faster it tends to sell out. If you've been thinking about it, this is the moment that actually makes sense to pull the trigger. 2. Acer Chromebook Plus Laptop. You don't need to spend $600 or $800 to get a reliable everyday laptop, and this $199.97 price proves it. This is a Chromebook Plus model, powerful enough for common tasks like studying, remote work, document handling, or light entertainment. But what makes it a real deal isn't just the specs. It's the .97 price ending, which signals clearance. Once a product hits this stage, it's not getting restocked, and it usually disappears within days. You're essentially getting a laptop for about the price of a budget phone, but with far more practical use. For students, anyone needing a secondary device, or just something lightweight for daily use, this is the kind of deal you don't want to overthink. 3. Belkin Wireless Charging Pad. You might be used to paying around $30 for a decent wireless charger, but $14.97 almost resets that entire price range. This is a wireless charging pad from Belkin, a brand known for reliability, durability, and strong compatibility. The anti-slip surface keeps your phone securely in place so it won't slide off when notifications come in. Charging speed is solid for everyday use, especially for a desk setup or nightstand. At this price, you're not really giving anything up to upgrade your daily routine. If you're still using a cable or an older, less stable charger, this is an easy switch with immediate payoff. 4. Harry's Razor Kit. At $19.99, you're getting a razor kit that lasts a long time and delivers a smooth shave without paying premium brand prices. The blades are sharp without feeling harsh, gliding comfortably across the skin and reducing irritation after shaving, especially helpful if you shave frequently. The flexible head adapts to your facial contours, making it easier to handle tricky areas like the chin and jawline. The handle feels secure, even when wet, and stays consistent over time. And Costco typically offers better value compared to other retailers, especially when you factor in the number of blades included. This isn't a drop everything and rush out deal, but if you're running low or thinking about stocking up, the price is good enough that you don't really need to wait. 5. Carole Hochman Women's Underwear. The strength of the Carole Hochman line comes down to consistency. The fabric is soft, breathable, and stretchy, yet it doesn't lose its shape after just a few washes. The fit is snug without being tight, with no digging in or uncomfortable lines. If you're wearing them all day, whether at work or on the move, that level of comfort really makes a difference. Multi-pack sets also make daily use easier, so you can rotate without constantly doing laundry. This isn't a breakthrough product, but it's the kind of small everyday upgrade you'll clearly notice over time. If your drawer is due for a refresh, this is a practical option that holds up well long term. 6. Puma Crew Socks. Puma strikes a solid balance here. The fabric is thick enough to provide cushioning inside your shoes, but not so heavy that it feels stuffy. The crew length stays in place without sliding down after a few hours of wear. Whether you're heading to work, hitting the gym, or walking a lot, moisture control and shape retention are where these really stand out. Even after multiple washes, they maintain their fit and don't pill as quickly as cheaper alternatives. At $12.99, this is a fair price. It's not a deep discount, but it matches the quality you're getting. If your current socks stretch out or lose shape too fast, this is a reliable long-term upgrade. 7. Oral-B IO Series 4 Electric Toothbrush. You might not notice the difference on day one, but after about a week, the clean feels completely different. The Oral-B IO Series 4 sits in the premium range, featuring a combination of micro vibrations and oscillating movement that reaches areas regular brushing often misses. One of the most valuable features is the pressure sensor. If you brush too hard, it alerts you to help prevent gum damage, something many people deal with without realizing it. The built-in brushing modes are also optimized, so you don't have to overthink your routine. Just turn it on and use it correctly. With an additional $50 off, bringing the price down to $119.99 for a two-handle bundle, this is a rare drop for the IO line. If you're currently using a basic electric toothbrush or a manual one, this is a noticeable upgrade for your long-term oral health. 8. Philips Sonicare Replacement Brush Heads. A lot of people invest in a high-end electric toothbrush, but delay replacing the brush heads. And this small component is what actually determines how effective your daily cleaning is. Philips Sonicare brush heads are designed with soft, Densely packed bristles that clean deeply while staying gentle on your gums, especially helpful if you have sensitivity. Over time, worn-out heads start to flare, significantly reducing effectiveness even if the handle still works perfectly. Compared to third-party replacements, genuine heads maintain a more consistent performance and that proper clean feeling. That said, the current $49.99 price is just standard, not a deep discount worth stocking up for. 9. Gourmet Dual Basket Air Fryer. Two baskets sound convenient, but this design is actually the biggest drawback. Splitting the space means each basket is smaller, making it less efficient for cooking family-sized portions. You'll end up dividing meals or cooking in batches, which cancels out the initial advantage. More importantly, the overall build quality isn't very convincing. The plastic exterior feels thin and less durable over time, especially under high heat. When both baskets are running at once, temperature consistency can become an issue, with one side overcooking while the other lags behind. Even on sale, this falls into the category of looks convenient but doesn't feel great to use. If you're considering it, a single, larger capacity air fryer with more stable performance is a smarter and more worthwhile choice. 10. Collapsible multi-purpose storage bin. Lack of storage is something a lot of people run into, especially when they start reorganizing their home. This collapsible storage bin solves that need in a very simple yet highly effective way. When opened, it provides enough space to store everything from household items and toys to seasonal belongings. When not in use, it folds down nearly flat, taking up almost no space. That's something rigid plastic bins simply can't do. The structure is sturdy enough to stack, helping you maximize space in closets, garages, or unused corners. At $29.99, this isn't a flashy product, but it's extremely practical for everyday use. Like the video if this surprised you. 11. Sofascapes Decorative Pillow Set. Sometimes all it takes is a set of decorative pillows to completely change how a space feels without touching any major furniture. It's one of the fastest, easiest, and most affordable upgrades people often overlook. The Sofascapes set comes pre-coordinated in colors and sizes, so you don't have to think much. Just place them, and your space instantly looks more polished and put together. The fabric quality is solid, soft enough for comfort while still holding its shape well over time without flattening quickly like cheaper options. The biggest advantage is the plug-and-play factor. You bring it home, set it down, and it works right away without any complicated styling. At $19.99, it's an accessible price for a complete set. That said, this is more of a steady value deal rather than a deep discount, so you can pick it up when you're ready to refresh your space without feeling rushed. 12. Gourmet 8-quart Air Fryer. If you're looking for an air fryer large enough for daily use without spending too much, this 8-quart version is a much better choice than the dual basket model. The larger capacity allows you to cook full meals for a family in one go, without splitting portions or running multiple batches. Heat distribution is more even since the space isn't divided, so food cooks more consistently without hot spots or undercooked areas. The design is simple and user-friendly. Perfect if you prefer something you can just turn on and use without dealing with complex settings. At $49.99, it's not a massive discount, but it's a reasonable price for a large capacity unit that can handle long-term use. If you value efficiency and convenience over extra features that sound good on paper, this is a solid option to consider. 13. Dawn Platinum Power Wash. If you've ever had to scrub stubborn grease off pans or baking trays, you'll immediately notice the difference with a truly powerful cleaner. Dawn Platinum Power Wash isn't just a regular dish soap. It's a spray foam that sticks directly to surfaces and starts breaking down grease on contact. There's no need for long soaking or heavy scrubbing. Just spray, wait a few seconds, and wipe it clean. This is the kind of product that saves noticeable time every single day, especially if you cook often. The set includes one spray bottle and 2 refills, so it lasts longer without needing immediate repurchase. At $9.99 after instant savings, this stands out as one of the most notable deals in the consumables category. 14. Gourmet Air Fryer Oven. At $49.97, you're not just buying a compact oven. You're getting a multifunctional appliance that can replace several tools in your kitchen. This gourmet unit includes convection baking, allowing food to cook more evenly with a crispier finish using less oil. It delivers a result similar to an air fryer, but with more flexibility. You can bake, roast, reheat, or prepare quick meals without turning on a full-size oven and using extra energy. What stands out is the .97 price ending, which signals clearance. That means it's in the final sell-through phase and won't be restocked. For anyone who wants a compact, easy-to-use appliance for everyday cooking, this is a very practical choice. It's not a high-end model, but at this price, the value far exceeds the cost. 15. Dyson V15 Detect Vacuum. If you've ever thought vacuuming means it's clean, the Dyson V15 Detect will completely change that perspective. The difference isn't just in suction power, it's in the ability to see what you normally can't. A laser reveals fine dust on hard floors, while a built-in sensor automatically increases suction when it detects heavier dirt. This makes cleaning more precise. You're not just going through the motions, you're actually removing what's there. The vacuum also displays real-time particle data, giving you a clear sense of control over how clean your space really is. With a regular price near $750, dropping to $550 makes this one of the more notable discounts of the year. It's not cheap, but it's the kind of one-time investment that upgrades your entire cleaning experience. 16. Neutrogena Sunscreen. At this point, sunscreen isn't optional. It's something you need to use every day. Neutrogena is a go-to option because it's easy to apply, absorbs quickly, doesn't feel greasy, and works well for a wide range of skin types, including sensitive skin. The key is that you can use it daily without discomfort, which is exactly why many people used to skip sunscreen in the first place. This 3-pack lets you stay stocked without having to buy one bottle at a time, making it convenient for families or travel. At $14.99 after about $10 off, the cost breaks down to roughly $5 per bottle, significantly lower than what you'd pay at chains like CVS or Walgreens. This is a seasonal deal that shows up right when demand starts rising, making it a smart time to stock up before peak sun exposure. 17. Artica LED Ceiling Light. Lighting defines how an entire room feels, and this is one of the fastest upgrades people often overlook. Artica LED ceiling lights deliver bright, evenly distributed illumination, instantly making a space feel cleaner and more open. You can choose warm tones for bedrooms, neutral light for living areas, or cool white for workspaces depending on your needs. The slim, low-profile design sits flush against the ceiling, giving it a much more modern look compared to bulky older fixtures. More importantly, the long lifespan means fewer replacements over time, saving both effort and cost. At $24.99, this is the kind of upgrade that creates a noticeable difference in your living space with a very accessible investment. 18. Medea Electric Hot Pot. You don't need complicated prep. A good electric hot pot is enough to turn any gathering into a warm, shared meal. Medea focuses on simplicity. The capacity is ideal for a small family or a group of friends. It heats up quickly and maintains a steady boil without constant adjustments. The design is compact and easy to clean, making it a great option for anyone who doesn't want to deal with a separate gas or induction setup just for hot pot. You can also use it for more than just hot pot, like cooking noodles, steaming, or preparing simple everyday meals. At $54.99, it's not a deep discount, but it's a reasonable price for a practical appliance you'll use often. If you regularly enjoy hot pot at home or prefer quick, low-effort meals, this is a solid choice without requiring a big investment. 19. Dave's Killer Bread. Whole grain. Dave's Killer. Bread stands out for using real whole grains, with higher fiber and protein that help you stay full longer and maintain more stable energy compared to regular white bread. The texture is soft with a slight chew, and it has a naturally mild sweetness that makes it easy to enjoy even without many toppings. It's the kind of bread you can use daily for breakfast, sandwiches, or quick meals without getting bored. At $9.49 for a 2-loaf pack, the cost per serving is quite reasonable for the quality you're getting. It's not a breakout deal, but it's a reliable option if you're trying to maintain a healthier diet while keeping things convenient. 20. Paratha Flatbread. Just a few minutes on a hot pan gives you a crispy outer layer and a soft, flaky inside, which is exactly why parotta is such a popular way to switch things up at mealtime. Unlike regular bread, parotta features multiple thin layers stacked together, creating a unique texture, especially when paired with savory dishes like curry, grilled meats, or even just eggs. These are pre-cooked, so you only need to reheat them, making them perfect for days when you don't want to cook from scratch. At $5.49, the price has gone up slightly compared to before, but it still sits in a reasonable range for a convenient and versatile food option. It's not something you need to stockpile, but if you want a quick, ready-to-go option in your fridge, it's definitely worth having on hand. 21. Kirkland K-Cup Coffee Pods. If your mornings always start with a cup of coffee, those small daily costs add up more than you think. Kirkland's signature K-Cups solve that problem in a very practical way. Each pod comes out to about 26 cents, significantly cheaper than many well-known brands. But the value isn't just in the price, it's in the consistency. The flavor is bold enough, easy to drink, and not overly harsh, making it suitable for everyday use without getting tiring. Just pop it into your machine, press a button, and you've got a hot cup of coffee without any prep. With a 120-count pack, you won't have to think about restocking for quite a while. It's not the kind of product that impresses instantly, but it quietly saves you money every single day. If you're using a Keurig machine, this is a smart way to optimize cost without sacrificing your daily routine. 22. HP LaserJet Pro Printer. A good printer isn't something you use every day, but when you need it, it has to work immediately and reliably. The HP LaserJet Pro stands out with fast print speeds, sharp text quality, and lower long-term ink costs compared to inkjet printers. It handles printing, scanning, and copying all in one device, making it a great fit for households with kids in school or anyone working from home. Its biggest advantage is durability and consistency. It doesn't suffer from dried ink when used infrequently, and it requires far less maintenance than other types. At $349.99, currently discounted by about $110, this is one of the rare times the price drops this low, often beating what you'll find at retailers like Best Buy or Amazon. 23. Kirkland Seasoned Chicken Wings. If you want something tasty without spending time on prep, this is the kind of take it home and cook it fast option. Kirkland's signature chicken wings come pre-seasoned. Just pop them into the oven or air fryer, and you'll get crispy skin with juicy meat inside. The wings are fairly meaty and won't dry out if you time them right, and the seasoning is flavorful enough to enjoy without adding extra sauce. Compared to frozen, pre-packaged wings, these feel noticeably fresher and more satisfying. At $3.99 per pound, the cost per tray is usually a few dollars cheaper than brands like Foster Farms when they're not on sale. It's a solid choice for quick weeknight meals or when you need something that pleases a group. Nothing fancy, just effective and convenient when you need it. 24. Tortilla-crusted tilapia. If you're looking for a fish that's easy to eat, not overly fishy, and quick to prepare, tortilla-crusted tilapia is a safe pick. The outer coating gives it a light crisp when baked or fried, while the inside stays tender and mild, making it approachable even for people who don't usually eat fish. You can pair it with salad, rice, or use it for tacos. That said, the coating does make it slightly less clean compared to plain fish. So if you're aiming for a strictly clean diet, this may not be the best fit. At $12.99, it's a reasonable price for a convenient, low-risk option in terms of flavor. It's not the most standout deal, but it works well for days when you don't want to overthink your meals. 25. Thomasville Area Rug. The right rug can pull an entire room together, instantly making the space feel warmer and more complete. Thomasville rugs stand out for their soft feel underfoot, with a pile that's thick enough to feel elevated but still easy to maintain and vacuum. The neutral patterns make it easy to pair with different sofas and wall colors, so you don't have to overthink styling. The larger size helps define living room or bedroom areas, covers imperfections on the floor, and reduces noise from foot traffic. At $169.99, it's significantly more accessible than similar options at furniture stores for the same size and finish. It's not something you replace often, but once it's placed correctly, it noticeably elevates the feel of the space. If you're looking to refresh a room without changing major furniture, this is a smart place to start. What you just saw isn't just a list of discounts. These are real saving opportunities that are slipping away day by day. The difference comes down to whether you recognize the right moment to buy. The next time you walk into Costco, these items might still be there, or they could be completely gone. If there's something you've been considering, don't wait too long. The best deals usually go to the ones who decide sooner. Out of everything you've seen, which deal feels the most worth it to you? Costco just unleashed a wave of insane deals alongside flash clearance events, where products that once carried premium price tags are suddenly dropping to almost unbelievable levels. But quantities are extremely limited, and there's absolutely no warning before they disappear. And these are the standout deals you really don't want to miss if you want to keep more money in your pocket. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Sealy Posturepedic Plus Mattress. Sealy mattresses are entering one of their biggest sales periods of the first half of the year, with discounts reaching around $150 to $200 depending on the size. This is the kind of timing experienced shoppers usually wait for because prices are finally low enough while inventory still offers decent selection. Right now, prices start at just $479.99 depending on whether you choose a full, queen, or king size, making a premium mattress line far more affordable than usual. Sealy is well known for its consistent body support, especially for people who deal with back pain or struggle with light sleep. The moment you lie down, the balance of softness and support feels noticeably different compared to standard mattresses. And if you spot an asterisk on the warehouse price sign, that's your signal to buy immediately because that item will not be restocked after this markdown cycle ends. 2. Bose Quiet Comfort SC Noise Cancelling Headphones. If you've ever experienced Bose noise cancellation before, you already know why the Quiet Comfort lineup has such a loyal fan base. The Quiet Comfort SC version is quickly becoming a new bestseller at Costco, not because it's the cheapest option, but because it delivers an incredibly balanced mix of price and performance. At around $219.99, you're getting highly reliable active noise cancellation that can turn a loud airplane cabin or crowded coffee shop into your own private space. One thing that surprises a lot of people is how comfortable they are during long listening sessions. And at the current price, this is sitting firmly in the best value zone for the category. 3. Braun Series 9 Electric Shaver. If you've been spending 10 to 15 minutes every morning shaving and still not feeling fully satisfied with the results, this might be the right time for an upgrade. The Braun Series 9 has now dropped to around $179, significantly lower than the usual price for a premium tier shaver. The Braun Series 9 delivers extremely fast-cutting performance while closely adapting to the contours of your face, reducing the need to go over the same area multiple times. On rushed mornings, you can get a clean, polished shave in just a few minutes without irritating your skin. It also comes with an automatic cleaning and charging station, so maintenance is almost effortless. This is the kind of product where you can immediately feel the difference from the very first use. 4. TVS. If you've been thinking about upgrading your TV, this is the kind of timing you shouldn't ignore. Costco is entering a major pre-Memorial Day clearance event, with several TV models dropping to surprisingly affordable prices. If your priority is maximum value for the money, Hisense is currently one of the standout deals. The 50-inch model is down to around $239.99, roughly $50 off the regular price. One of the biggest advantages is the smooth Google TV operating system, with fast voice search and solid 4K picture quality that's more than good enough for movies, YouTube, and everyday streaming without spending a fortune. LG, on the other hand, is a better fit for families who often watch TV from different angles around the room. The 55-inch model is now around $349.99 after nearly a $70 discount. Its biggest strength is color consistency, even when viewed from the side. Plus, the Magic Remote makes navigation incredibly convenient, almost like using a computer mouse. Meanwhile, the TCL QLED Q6 55-inch has dropped to around $329.99. The QLED technology delivers noticeably brighter visuals and more vibrant colors, especially in living rooms with lots of daylight. TCL models at Costco are also known for having excellent warranty coverage, which makes the deal even more appealing. 5. MSI 27-inch gaming monitor. If your games have been feeling not smooth enough, even though your PC specs are solid, the problem may actually be your monitor. The MSI 27-inch gaming monitor is currently discounted to around $179, which is extremely competitive for a display with a high refresh rate and fast response time. With 170 Hz and a 1 millisecond response time, motion in games becomes much clearer, reducing lag and motion blur, especially in racing games and fast-paced shooters. This monitor isn't just for gamers either. It also works very well for multitasking thanks to its larger screen size and stable display quality. If you've been considering upgrading your gaming setup or workspace, this is one of the easiest moments to finally pull the trigger. 6. HP Pavilion plus 14-inch OLED laptop. The HP Pavilion plus 14-inch is now heavily discounted to around $699.99, nearly half the price of many similar models in the same category not long ago. The biggest highlight is clearly the OLED display, which delivers vibrant colors, deep blacks, and strong contrast, creating a viewing experience that feels noticeably different from a standard LCD screen. With this setup, you can comfortably handle office work, 2D design, light video editing, and entertainment without any major issues. Another advantage is the wide selection of built-in ports, meaning you won't need to rely on external hubs like many other thin and light laptops today. Deals like this are hard to find again at the same price point, especially when an OLED display is included. 7. Ninja Slushie Machine. The Ninja Slushie Machine has already been going in and out of stock at several Costco warehouses, while currently sitting around the $279 price range. This is the type of product you see today, hesitate for a bit, and suddenly it's completely gone the following week. The reason it's become so popular isn't just because of social media trends. It's the ability to turn almost any drink into a frozen slushie within minutes, from fruit juice and soda to cocktails. Compared to buying frozen drinks outside, it only takes a few uses before you start noticing the savings. 8. Govee Outdoor Lights. This is one of those upgrades where the difference is noticeable the moment you install it. Govee Outdoor Lights are currently heavily discounted to around $199, significantly lower than their previous price, which is exactly why they've been selling so quickly at many Costco warehouses. The lighting system can be permanently installed, controlled through an app, and customized with different colors for different occasions, from warm ambient lighting for relaxing evenings to vibrant effects for outdoor parties. 9. Tineco Floor 1S5 Pro Wet Dry Vacuum. Do your floors still seem dirty again shortly after cleaning? The issue may not be you. It could be the machine you're using. The Tineco Floor 1S5 Pro is currently discounted by around $100, bringing the price down to about $299.99, and this version is a major upgrade compared to the more basic models. The standout feature is the iLoop Smart Sensor, which automatically detects how dirty the floor is and adjusts suction power and water flow in real time. The LED display is also extremely easy to understand, with a color ring that changes from red to blue, so you instantly know whether an area is fully clean or not. The ability to vacuum and mop at the same time saves a huge amount of time, especially for families with kids or pets. 10. JBL Party Box 120 Speaker. Planning weekend gatherings or small outdoor parties. This is where the JBL Party Box 120 really shines. Costco is currently offering a significant discount, dropping the price to around $299, much lower than before. The speaker delivers powerful sound with deep bass, while the built-in LED lighting syncs with the music to instantly create a lively atmosphere without complicated setup. It also comes with a wireless microphone, making it perfect for karaoke nights or fun activities with family and friends. 11. Logitech MX Keys S-Combo Keyboard and Mouse Set. If you spend long hours working on a computer but are still using a keyboard and mouse that are just good enough, this may be the right time for an upgrade. The Logitech MX Keys S-Combo is currently selling for around $149 at Costco, making it a very attractive price for a premium accessory setup. The keyboard uses Logitech's perfect stroke typing system, with slightly concave keys shaped to fit your fingertips, making typing quieter, more accurate, and less tiring during long work sessions. It also includes the MX Master 3S mouse, featuring the mag-speed scroll wheel that can fly through long documents or lines of code incredibly quickly. At the current price, this upgrade is about making your everyday work experience more comfortable and efficient, not just replacing old accessories. 12. Shokz OpenFit Earbuds. Want to listen to music while still being aware of your surroundings, especially when walking outside or working out? That's exactly what the Shokz OpenFit was designed for. Right now, they're priced around $119 and have become a popular choice thanks to their incredibly comfortable open-ear design. The noise-reducing microphones also help keep calls clearer even while you're moving around. Battery life is solid enough for all-day casual use, and the included charging case makes them even more convenient to carry around. 13. Insta360 Action Camera Bundle. You'll never have to worry about missing what's happening behind you again. With the Insta360 X5, every angle is captured at the same time, almost like having a personal 360-degree camera following you everywhere. At Costco, the bundle is currently priced around $449.99 and includes the highly valuable invisible selfie stick. The advanced stabilization keeps footage smooth, while the sharp image quality helps capture every moment of your adventures beautifully. This is an especially great device for travel, especially when you want to shoot quickly but still have multiple cinematic angles to choose from later. 14. GoPro Hero 13 Camera. If you want a compact camera that's tough enough to handle every adventure, the GoPro Hero 13 is a very solid option right now. Costco currently has the bundle priced around $289.99, significantly lower than before. Its biggest strengths are durability and stable video performance in almost any environment, from beach trips and hiking to outdoor sports and action activities. Hyper-smooth stabilization technology keeps footage looking smooth, even during constant movement. 15. Snacklebox Organizer. For just around $14.99, you get an incredibly practical organizer for snacks and small everyday items. The Snacklebox features multiple separate compartments that help keep fruit, candy, and snacks neatly organized without mixing smells together. The design is also visually appealing, making it perfect for picnics, road trips, travel, or preparing snacks for kids. One of the best features is the removable dividers, allowing you to customize the layout based on your needs. Like the video if this surprised you. 16. Kirkland Signature Blueberry Sourdough Bread. One slice of bread can completely change the feeling of your morning. Costco's new blueberry sourdough bread at the bakery section is currently selling for around $8.99 and has quickly become a favorite among shoppers. The crust has a light, crisp texture, while the inside stays soft and moist, filled with juicy blueberries spread throughout every slice. Once toasted, the aroma becomes incredibly noticeable and instantly makes the kitchen feel warm and inviting. You can enjoy it with butter or turn it into French toast. The light sweetness of the blueberries combined with the chewy texture of the bread creates a breakfast that feels simple but incredibly satisfying. 17. Quinoa and brown rice. This is the kind of product that becomes incredibly useful on days when you simply don't have time to cook. The organic quinoa and brown rice packs from Seeds of Change are currently selling for around $9.99 for a box of 6 8.5-ounce pouches, and the biggest value here is convenience. Just 90 seconds in the microwave gives you a healthy carb option with zero prep and no cooking required. The ingredients are USDA organic certified, the flavor is easy to enjoy, and it works well on its own or paired with meat and vegetables for a complete meal. At the current price, you're almost paying for the time savings as much as the food itself. 18. Kirkland Signature Ultra Filtered Milk. If you've ever had to avoid milk because of digestion issues, this lactose-free 2% milk from Kirkland could completely change that experience. Costco is currently selling a 3-pack for around $12.99, making it much more affordable than many similar brands. Thanks to the ultra-filtering process, the milk contains more protein and less sugar, giving it a naturally light sweetness that's smoother and easier to drink. One of the biggest highlights is the higher protein content, making it a great option for people who work out or families looking for a reliable daily source of nutrition. 19. Organic ravioli. A quick meal that still feels homemade is something many people want, and Costco's organic ravioli delivers exactly that. It's currently discounted by an additional $3, bringing the price down to around $8.99 for a two-pack combo that's enough for multiple servings. The pasta is soft, while the filling inside is rich and flavorful. Just boil it for a few minutes, and you already have a hot, satisfying meal. Add a little cheese or a simple sauce, and the flavor becomes even more comforting and balanced. 20. Mashed avocado spread. No more picking through avocados or trying to guess the perfect ripeness. Costco's mashed avocado spread brings a level of convenience that's hard to ignore. It's currently slightly discounted to around $9.99 for a large container, giving you enough to use across multiple meals. The texture is smooth, with a light, creamy flavor that works perfectly with toast, salads, or quick meals. For anyone who regularly wants a quick and easy side option, this is the kind of product that saves time while still helping meals feel balanced and fresh. 21. Washable rug. A rug that can go straight into the washing machine sounds simple, but it solves a daily problem for a lot of households. Costco currently has them slightly discounted, bringing the price to around $29 for a popular size that works well in living rooms or bedrooms. The material feels soft and comfortable, but the real value is how easy it is to clean. Once it gets dirty, you can simply throw it into the washer instead of paying for professional cleaning services. That becomes especially convenient for homes with kids or pets. 22. Dyson Airwrap Styler. The Dyson Airwrap rarely falls into an affordable price range, but Costco currently has it discounted to around $499 with an accessory bundle included, helping you save even more compared to buying everything separately. The biggest advantage is the ability to style your hair without relying on extreme heat, which helps reduce damage with regular use. You can dry, curl, volumize, or smooth your hair using just one device, making at-home styling much more convenient. The included attachments also give you more flexibility for different hairstyles and hair types. This is the kind of product many people choose when they want a long-term beauty investment, especially during a strong promotion like this. 23. Dyson Supersonic Hairdryer. Costco is also offering another major $100 discount on the Dyson Supersonic Hairdryer, bringing the current price down to around $389. That's the point where many shoppers start seriously considering it. The package also includes a full set of attachments, making the overall value noticeably better compared to buying each piece separately. What makes this product stand out isn't just the brand name. It's the everyday experience of using it. Drying speed is incredibly fast while still helping hair stay naturally soft and smooth, without the dry or overheated feeling common with traditional hairdryers. 24. Vitamix Blender. The Vitamix A3500 is one of those blenders people know for its durability, but many shoppers wait for the right sale before finally buying one. Costco currently has it priced around $319.99, significantly lower than before, and it also comes with a 10-year warranty. The motor is extremely powerful, blending everything smoothly from smoothies and hot soups to hard nuts without leaving a gritty texture behind. One of the biggest advantages is its long-term reliability, maintaining strong performance even after years of use. It also features a self-cleaning mode, which saves a lot of time after cooking or meal prep. This is the kind of appliance that makes daily food preparation faster and much more convenient for people who cook at home regularly. 25. Echo Show 15 Smart Display. The Echo Show 15 is currently selling at Costco for around $199. And it's the kind of device that makes a kitchen feel more organized and functional. Designed like a wall-mounted smart display, it allows you to check calendars, leave notes, or manage daily tasks without constantly reaching for your phone. The large screen is also very convenient for following recipes or streaming entertainment while cooking or doing chores around the house. 26. SanDisk Lux Dual Drive USB. It only takes one storage full warning on your phone to realize how useful this product really is. Costco is currently selling a 2-pack of 128GB SanDisk Lux dual drives for around $24.99. And the biggest advantage is the dual connector design. One side uses USB-A for computers, while the other side features USB-C that works directly with newer smartphones without needing an adapter. Transferring photos, videos, or documents becomes much faster and easier, especially when you urgently need to free up storage space. The compact size also makes them easy to carry around and useful in many different situations. 27. TP-Link Mesh Wi-Fi System. Just one weak Wi-Fi spot in the house is enough to make your internet experience frustrating. The TP-Link Mesh Wi-Fi system is currently discounted to around $299, and it's designed to provide stable coverage throughout your entire home. Instead of relying on a single modem, the system uses multiple access points to keep the signal stronger and more consistent from room to room. With pricing becoming much more accessible right now, many people are choosing to upgrade immediately just to improve their everyday internet experience. 28. Samsung Tablets. Samsung Galaxy tablets at Costco are currently seeing major discounts, with the Galaxy A9 dropping to around $159.99, while the more premium Galaxy S10 lineup is also receiving significant markdowns for people who need a tablet for work. One of the biggest reasons people choose Samsung is the vibrant display quality. Colors look bright and vivid, making movies, online learning, and everyday entertainment feel much more enjoyable. The slim and lightweight design also makes the tablet easy to carry from room to room or take with you when needed. At the current discounted pricing, this is a very practical way to add a versatile device to the household without making a huge investment. 29. Samsung 27-inch Monitor. You don't have to spend a lot to noticeably upgrade your workspace. The 27-inch Samsung monitor at Costco is currently discounted to around $114.99, which is an easy decision at this size. The slim bezel design makes the display feel more spacious and modern as soon as you set it on your desk. The sharp resolution and stable image help reduce eye strain during long sessions, working with documents or spreadsheets. 30. Shark Never Change Air Purifier Max. An air purifier that doesn't require a filter replacement for up to 5 years is something that immediately catches attention. The Shark Never Change Air Purifier Max is currently priced at around $249.99 at Costco, and its biggest advantage is the near-zero maintenance cost over several years. While other units require filter replacements every few months, this one helps you save significantly over time. It effectively handles fine dust, odors, pet hair, and indoor air in enclosed spaces, making it a great fit for households with children. The built-in odor control also helps keep the air feeling fresher. 31. Shark Robot Vacuum and Mop. You can save hours of cleaning each week with just one device running on your floor. The Shark Robot Vacuum and Mop is currently discounted to about $249, saving around $100 and making it much more accessible than before. It can move on its own, vacuum, and mop in a single cycle, keeping your home clean with minimal effort. The convenience comes from its automation. You just set it up and let it handle the rest. For busy people or anyone who doesn't want to spend too much time cleaning, this is a very practical solution. These are the kinds of deals that rarely show up all at once, and they're also the items that tend to sell out quickly within the first few days of hitting the shelves. If you've spotted something that fits your needs, don't wait until your next visit. At these price levels, acting quickly is how you actually save money. Once prices go back to normal, you won't get another chance at the same deal. Which product in this video surprised you the most? Aldi isn't just a budget grocery chain anymore. It has built an entire community of Aldi nerds, where people chase new arrivals with the same excitement you'd normally see around luxury drops. Some items cost just a few dollars, but get compared to brands worth hundreds, and they can sell out within hours of hitting the shelves. If you haven't kept up with the most worth-it products going viral at Aldi in 2026, this list will make you want to head to the store immediately. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Ambiano Kitchen Appliances. You watch a baking video on TikTok or YouTube, see a KitchenAid Artisan 5-quart stand mixer running smoothly on the counter, and instantly think you want one. Then you look at the $450 price tag, and that excitement quickly turns into maybe later. But at Aldi, for under $50, Ambiano gives you the feeling of stepping into a premium kitchen world that once felt out of reach. What surprises many people is that Ambiano doesn't feel cheap despite the price. It follows the familiar stand mixer design with a large stainless steel bowl, multiple speed settings, and enough power to handle most home baking needs like whipping cream, mixing cookie dough, or preparing cupcake batter. Of course, if you regularly bake sourdough or need heavy dough, higher-end machines like KitchenAid still have the advantage with stronger motors and heavier builds. But in reality, most households don't need that level of power. They just need a reliable machine a few times a week without spending the equivalent of a month's grocery budget. And Ambiano hits that need perfectly. Many Aldi nerds see this as one of the products that made them trust Aldi's private label more. At under $50 with consistent performance over years and a rare 3-year warranty at this price point, it feels like a low-risk purchase worth trying. 2. Aldi clothing and footwear. You might come across a scene that feels almost unreal at Aldi. People lining up early in the morning not for limited edition Nike sneakers or Supreme hoodies, but to grab Aldi clothing. It sounds strange, but the Aldi nerd community has turned items from a discount grocery chain into a real fashion trend on platforms like TikTok and Reddit. This trend is often called a new kind of logomania. Instead of showing off luxury logos, younger consumers in the US are wearing Aldi-branded pieces to signal that they know how to find deals, value for money, and aren't obsessed with high prices anymore. That's how Aldi tracksuits went viral, and even earned the nickname Aldidas, because they resemble the retro style of Adidas, but cost around $20 instead of $150 or more like many athleisure sets. Items like hoodies, joggers, bucket hats, or canvas sneakers often cost under $10, yet still give off a strong streetwear vibe. Some $8 Aldi sneakers have even been compared to fun dupes of Vans or Keds. Even a $6.99 tumbler has been jokingly called the budget version of Stanley. The real appeal of Aldi gear comes from its scarcity. These aren't items that are always available. They show up as Aldi finds, and many stores sell out within just a few hours of opening. 3. Spring gardening tools. A lot of people end up overspending every spring without even realizing it. They walk into Lowe's or Home Depot just to grab a few bags of potting soil and walk out with a bill over $100 because the gardening section is designed to make everything feel worth buying. That's exactly when Aldi becomes a serious deal-hunting spot for Aldi nerds as the weather warms up. Price comparisons show shoppers can save around 40% to 60% on items like ceramic planters, solar lights, and basic gardening tools at Aldi. Every spring, the Isle of Shame almost turns into a mini garden center. Balavi decorative planters are one of the clearest examples. A large planter typically costs around $14.99, while a similar style at Lowe's can easily go over $35. Neutral tones, minimalist shapes, and stone-look textures make them a great match for the modern patio style that's popular in the US. Garden-lined soil and fertilizer are another surprise. Many people assume lower prices mean lower quality, but after trying them, they often rate the texture and moisture retention quite highly. For basic home gardening, most don't notice a significant difference compared to more expensive brands like Miracle-Gro. Aldi is also very strategic with seasonal releases. In April, you'll usually see planters and decor first, followed by outdoor furniture, hose sets, and watering systems in May. And like most Aldi finds, many popular items you see on TikTok can disappear within just a few days. 4. Huntington Home Scented Candles. Many people used to spend over $25 on a candle from Bath & Body Works. Now they check Aldi every week just to see if Huntington Home has released a new scent. The 3-wick candles from Huntington Home have an impressively strong scent throw. Scents like white almond, first snow, or tobacco petals are often compared directly to Bath & Body Works for their intensity and the way they can transform a room within minutes of lighting. What really stands out is the price gap. Bath & Body Works lists a 3-wick candle at around $26, while Huntington Home typically ranges from $3 to $4.50. That difference alone makes a lot of people stop and ask, do I really need to pay 6 times more for a candle? Of course, Huntington Home isn't perfect. Some users mention that burn quality can be less consistent compared to Bath & Body Works. The wick may burn unevenly or produce soot more quickly. But with a price difference of up to 6 times, these downsides feel minor to most shoppers. Aldi's scent strategy is also very intentional. They continuously release new fragrances that match seasonal moods. Winter brings warm notes like cinnamon, vanilla, and fireplace-inspired scents. Spring shifts to lighter floral tones. Fall is filled with pumpkin and apple spice. This keeps people coming back regularly, turning stopping by Aldi to check new candles into a weekly habit, much like how others shop for seasonal decor. 5. Cast Iron Cookware Collection. Every time Aldi releases a new cast iron cookware collection, the Aldi nerd community almost immediately rushes into stores because they know these items sell out fast. This is one of Aldi's most talked about product lines thanks to the premium feel it delivers at a surprisingly low price. For under $30, you can get a Dutch oven that makes people do a double take. The glossy enamel, French-inspired design, thick walls, and overall look resemble high-end cookware often seen in expensive kitchen makeovers. What excites Aldi nerds most is that these pieces aren't just pretty for photos. They actually perform well. In real-world tests, many users say Crofton retains heat extremely well for soups, stews, braised beef, and even sourdough bread. Cast iron distributes heat more evenly and holds it longer than many thin, budget pots on the market. For slow-cooked dishes, the difference in flavor is noticeable. The enamel coating may be thinner and more prone to chipping if handled roughly compared to Le Creuset, but at this price, many see it as a low-risk, high-value investment. Crofton gives people a premium cookware experience without requiring a price that makes them hesitate for months. For many households, spending $400 on a cast iron pot still feels unrealistic, but under $30, it becomes something they're willing to try. 6. Seasonal foods, German and Italian weeks. If there's one reason many Americans keep coming back to Aldi week after week, it's not just because milk or eggs are a few dollars cheaper. The real treasure hunt feeling comes from seasonal food events, especially German Week and Italian Week. During these times, shoppers walk into Aldi with the mindset of chasing limited edition items rather than doing a routine grocery run. German Week is almost a major event for fans of European food in the US. Products under the Deutsche Küche label, such as Schnitzel, Spätzle, pretzels, or frozen strudel, are often praised for staying close to traditional German flavors instead of being overly Americanized. Some shoppers even say certain items taste better than versions sold in premium grocery stores because they're imported directly from Europe in limited batches. One of the most addictive items is German-style Doppelkeks, with a chocolate coating on the outside and a creamy filling inside. It's the kind of snack Aldi nerds tend to stock up on heavily because they know it won't last long. Bavarian sausages, frozen schnitzel, and soft pretzels also frequently sell out across many locations. Italian Week creates a similar effect, but with a different vibe. Imported pasta, Italian-style tomato sauces, specialty ravioli, and frozen desserts often make shoppers feel like they're browsing a specialty food store rather than a discount supermarket. The limited availability of these items creates strong FOMO. When you know something will only be around for a short time, your brain shifts into buy now, think later mode. That's why many people walk into Aldi planning to grab a few essentials, then leave with a cart full of German or Italian products they're afraid won't be there next time. 7. Organic snacks for kids. Many parents in the US run into the same problem every time they walk into the kids' snack aisle. They either have to pay a premium for healthy options or settle for cheaper products with ingredient lists so long they hesitate to even put them in the cart. That's exactly why the Simply Nature organic snack line at Aldi is getting so much attention from Aldi nerds. A lot of Simply Nature products have noticeably shorter ingredient lists compared to major brands. Items like sweet potato bites or dinosaur-shaped spinach bites typically contain just a few simple ingredients, are non-GMO, are free from artificial colors, and have significantly less sugar than typical kids' snacks. Many parents even scan these products using nutrition rating apps like Yuka and are surprised to see ratings like excellent or very good. At a time when concerns around artificial food dyes and sugar intake are rising in the US, this builds a stronger sense of trust. What makes Simply Nature especially appealing is the balance between kids enjoy it and parents feel good about it. A lot of healthy snacks fail because kids don't like the taste or the texture feels too dry. But Aldi keeps things fun with familiar formats like dinosaur bites, fruit strips, and puff snacks, so kids feel like they're eating something enjoyable rather than something forced. The pricing is what really makes this line stand out. Sweet potato bites are around $3.99, white cheddar puffs about $2.19, and organic fruit strips roughly $2.49. Comparable organic products at places like Whole Foods Market or Target are usually significantly more expensive. 8. Building a viral charcuterie board. Charcuterie boards used to feel like something fancy, reserved for parties or Pinterest aesthetics. But Aldi has made it something almost anyone can put together at home without spending $100 on a few slices of cheese and cured meats. That's also why the cheese section at Aldi is one of the busiest areas whenever new items hit the shelves. What excites Aldi nerds is the feeling of eating luxury at budget grocery prices. Under labels like Emporium Selection and Specially Selected, Aldi offers a wide range of imported specialty cheeses at significantly lower prices than gourmet markets. Vintage Irish cheddar is often seen as a strong alternative to Kerrygold, but is priced at around $3.99. It's not just about price. Many cheeses here exceed expectations in both texture and flavor. Double creme brie is rich and creamy, perfect with fruit or honey, while goat cheese coated in everything bagel seasoning frequently shows up in viral charcuterie videos on TikTok because it tastes great and looks visually appealing. Aldi is also very strategic with seasonal flavors. Around the holidays, you'll see options like champagne-infused cheddar, apple-smoked cheeses, or blueberry-coated goat cheese. These are the kinds of items people grab immediately because they know they'll disappear within weeks. The best part is convenience. You can walk into Aldi and find almost everything you need to build a complete board in one place. Prosciutto, hard salami, blue cheese stuffed olives, fig jam, and crackers are all available at prices that make it easy to say yes. 9. Specialty sauces and seasonings. A lot of people think cooking restaurant-quality meals at home requires complicated recipes or expensive ingredients. But over time, the Aldi nerd community has realized that the sauces and seasonings at Aldi are the real secret weapons that can elevate everyday meals. Many products under the Berman's and Specially Selected labels are often seen as strong alternatives to well-known U.S. brands. Berman's hot sauce is frequently compared to Frank's Red Hot for its similar tangy heat, but at about half the price. Their chicken dipping sauce is so popular that many people casually call it the Aldi version of Chick-fil-A sauce. One of the biggest surprises is the Specially Selected marinara, priced at around $3.99. Many Aldi nerds say its flavor and texture are very close to Rao's, which typically sells for $8 to $10 per jar in the US. Simply swapping out your sauce can make homemade pasta feel noticeably more restaurant quality. Within the Aldi nerd community, people love sharing secret combos. For example, pairing marinara with frozen meatballs, goat cheese, and sourdough, or using bulgogi sauce to quickly build a Korean-style rice bowl. What's interesting is that Aldi doesn't focus on overly complex or hard-to-use sauces. Instead, they focus on flavors that help everyday cooks prepare meals quickly while still making them feel more complete and satisfying. That's why many people see Aldi sauces as the cheapest upgrade for home cooking. Instead of ordering expensive takeout, simply switching your sauce or seasoning can completely transform familiar dishes like chicken, pasta, or rice bowls. 10. Home gym equipment. At the start of every year, many Americans fall into a familiar mindset. This is the year I'm going to live healthier. And Aldi understands that so well, it has practically turned January into its biggest season for budget-friendly gym gear. This is also when the Aldi nerd community starts watching the aisle of shame more closely, because a wide range of workout equipment shows up at surprisingly low prices. One of the fastest-selling items is usually the Crane neoprene dumbbell set, typically priced around $19.99 depending on the weight. These are especially popular for home workouts because the neoprene coating provides a better grip and reduces noise when placed on the floor. Crane resistance bands are another item that frequently sells out, priced at about $6.99 per set. They usually come with multiple resistance levels, handles, and door attachments, making it easy to do a full-body workout at home. For many people, this is one of the most cost-effective ways to exercise since it takes up almost no space. Yoga mats at Aldi are typically around $9.99 and are well rated for their price. Some releases even include extra thick versions that sell out quickly because of their surprisingly comfortable cushioning. Kettlebells and foam rollers are also standout items early in the year. Kettlebells usually start at around $14.99 depending on the weight, while foam rollers for muscle recovery are priced at about $9.99. What makes Aldi's fitness gear so appealing is that it doesn't create the feeling that you need a big upfront investment to get started. With under $50, many people can set up a small workout space for cardio, yoga, and strength training right in their living room. 11. Lacura skincare. Many people used to believe that good skincare meant spending tens or even hundreds of dollars on a small jar of cream. Then the Aldi nerd community started noticing something that has fueled skincare discussions on TikTok for years. Some Lacura products feel surprisingly similar to well-known high-end skincare lines, but at just a fraction of the price. That's why the skincare section at Aldi often has shoppers spending more time reading ingredient lists than they do in the food aisles. People are no longer buying skincare based on brand names alone. They're paying attention to active ingredients and real results, and Lacura taps directly into that mindset. One of the most talked about products is the Caviar Illumination Cream. It went viral after many beauty enthusiasts compared it to luxury creams from La Prairie. The rich texture, strong moisturizing effect, and dewy finish have surprised many, especially at a price under $10. Lacura's pineapple serum has also been compared to Glow Recipe for its brightening feel and packaging that resembles high-end Korean skincare. What makes Lacura so dangerous for your wallet is the low risk factor. When a serum costs $4 to $8 instead of $60, people are much more willing to give it a try. And once it performs better than expected, they often come back to hunt for new skincare releases at Aldi again and again. 12. Pet toys. If you've had a dog or cat for a while, you quickly realize one thing. Pet toys in the US can get expensive, especially interactive toys or seasonal items. That's why many pet owners are surprised to find that Aldi has become one of the go-to places for affordable pet toys among Aldi nerds. Under the Heart to Tail label, Aldi regularly releases pet toys with playful designs and prices that are hard to pass up. Items like plush squeaky toys, puzzle feeders, or rope toys typically cost around $4 to $8, significantly cheaper than what you'd find at stores like Petco or PetSmart. Aldi has also turned pet toys into something people want to buy simply because they're fun and cute. Halloween brings pumpkin-themed squeaky toys, Christmas features gingerbread plush or reindeer designs, and summer introduces tropical or BBQ-themed items that feel playful and seasonal. What's interesting is that many Aldi pet toys feel more creative than their price suggests. Some puzzle toys or sniff mats can keep dogs engaged much longer instead of just a few minutes of chewing. For pet owners living in apartments or trying to keep their pets active indoors, this becomes surprisingly valuable. 13. Bottled water and sparkling water. Many people used to think sparkling water only differed in packaging and branding. But after trying a wide range of options, the Aldi nerd community realized that flavor makes a much bigger difference than expected. That's why Aldi's beverage lineup is being mentioned more and more in comparisons with La Croix or Perrier. Belle-Vie is the standout name in this category. Many people see it as a more approachable version of La Croix. One key advantage is the carbonation level. It's not overly aggressive or harsh on the throat, making it feel lighter and easier to drink, especially for those transitioning from soda to sparkling water. Flavors like lemon, grapefruit, and berry are often praised for having a noticeable aroma without tasting overly artificial. What really makes Belle-Vie appealing is the price. A pack is usually significantly cheaper than La Croix or Bubbly at many US grocery stores. For households that drink sparkling water daily, those savings add up quickly over time. That's also why many Aldi nerds say they don't go back to La Croix after sticking with Belle-Vie long enough. Aqua takes a different approach with European-style mineral water. The taste is light and clean, without an overly strong mineral profile, making it easier for many people to enjoy compared to heavier-tasting mineral waters. Some customers even use per aqua as a soda alternative during meals because it still feels more interesting than plain water without being sweet. 14. Pastries and frozen desserts. Many people have walked into a bakery, looked at a few tiny macarons or a box of cream puffs, and wondered how desserts can be so expensive. Then, the Aldi nerd community discovered that Aldi's frozen dessert section can deliver a bakery-style experience at a much lower price. It's also one of the areas where people tend to lose control of their carts whenever new items arrive. One of the most popular items is imported French frozen macarons. In many U.S. bakeries, a single macaron can cost over $2, but at Aldi, a multi-flavor box is usually around $5 to $6. What surprises many people is how well they hold up when thawed properly. The shells stay lightly crisp on the outside, and the filling isn't overly sweet like many traditional American desserts. Mini cream puffs are another fan favorite for their value. Just keep them in the freezer and take them out a few minutes before serving, and they can feel very close to desserts you'd get at cafes or upscale buffets. Aldi is also very strategic with seasonal desserts. Around the holidays, you'll often see items like cheesecake bites, chocolate lava cakes, or limited edition flavors that the Aldi nerd community quickly snaps up. 15. End-of-aisle clearance finds. For the Aldi nerd community, this is almost like a hidden gold mine. Items placed here are often discounted far more than most people expect. What makes it interesting is that Aldi doesn't highlight its clearance section with big banners. Many products are marked only with small red tags showing 25%, 50%, or even 75% off. That's what makes it feel like a real treasure hunt. You never know what you'll find until you reach the end of the aisle. The best deals usually show up right after holidays or when Aldi needs to clear space for new inventory. Seasonal decor, kitchen gadgets, candles, pet toys, and gardening items often get marked down quickly if they don't sell out. Some cookware sets that originally cost close to $30 can drop to under $10, simply because the store needs shelf space. Meat and bakery items nearing their expiration date are another area closely watched by Aldi nerds. Early mornings are typically the best time to spot newly discounted items. Some shoppers even plan their meals around whatever discounted protein they find that day. What makes clearance at Aldi more appealing than most places is the feeling that the deals are genuinely real. When Aldi wants to move inventory, they cut prices aggressively to sell through fast. And because quantities are usually limited, many popular items disappear almost immediately on the first day they're marked down. Aldi is changing how many Americans shop. Instead of chasing expensive brand names, people are starting to focus on real value and everyday experiences. From cookware and skincare to food and home decor, Aldi turns each shopping trip into something that feels like a treasure hunt. And sometimes, the most worth it items are the ones you least expect. What's one item you always end up buying again whenever you see it on the shelf? Dollar Tree has shopping secrets that most customers have never even heard about. Behind the low-priced shelves are hidden clearance deals, brand name products tucked away in places almost nobody checks, and even loopholes that help some shoppers save far more money than they ever expected. Meanwhile, many customers are quietly spending more than necessary simply because they shop impulsively instead of understanding how Dollar Tree actually operates. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Restock window. One of the reasons many people always feel like they are one step too late at Dollar Tree is because they shop at the wrong time. Viral TikTok items like anthropology, dupe glasses, floating wooden shelves, minimalist decor boxes, or home organization products often disappear incredibly fast. Many shoppers only see them online first, then walk into the store and find completely empty shelves. But what surprisingly few people realize is that Dollar Tree also has its own golden window for restocking inventory. Most delivery trucks arrive near the end of the week, but employees usually need around 24 to 48 hours to sort everything and place the new products on the shelves. That makes Monday mornings, and especially Tuesdays, one of the best times to hunt for trending items before they get cleared out. Longtime deal hunters understand this pattern very well. They do not shop at Dollar Tree during crowded weekends when most of the new inventory is still sitting in the back storage area. Instead, they stop by at the beginning of the week when pallets have just been opened and the newest items are finally appearing fully stocked on the shelves. This is also when you are most likely to find seasonal decor, kitchen gadgets, or home organization products with the best selection and the nicest designs still available. Another reason this timing matters more than people think is because of resellers. These are people who hunt for cheap viral products and then resell them on platforms like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or TikTok Shop for several times the original price. The moment an item suddenly goes viral on social media, they can clear an entire shelf within just a few hours. 2. Bulk ordering at the store. A lot of people walk into Dollar Tree, spot a really nice home organization item, and then fall into the trap of hunting one piece at a time. Today they find 3 plastic baskets. Next week they come back for a few more, then continue driving to multiple different stores just trying to collect enough of the same item. But what many customers do not realize is that Dollar Tree actually allows you to order entire cases of products directly through the store or on the website instead of waiting for items to appear randomly on the shelves. Some products even qualify for free shipping to your local store for pickup without any extra delivery cost. People who regularly decorate homes or organize pantries almost never hunt for products one by one anymore. If you need larger quantities like plastic bins for kitchen organization, craft storage containers, or party supplies, the fastest solution is usually asking a manager to order a full case for you, instead of hoping the shelves will still have enough stock every time you visit. One of the biggest advantages of this method is consistency. Anyone who has tried buying individual pieces at Dollar Tree understands the frustration of finding white containers one week, only gray ones the next week, and then discovering the sizes are suddenly different too. When you order full cases, you usually receive the same design, same color, and the full quantity you need from the beginning instead of piecing everything together from multiple stores. Dollar Tree Online also works almost like a mini wholesale warehouse that many people completely overlook. Many trending products and seasonal decor items often appear online before they are fully stocked in stores. And because most shoppers still buy directly in store, people who take advantage of bulk ordering often have the chance to grab products before they start going viral on TikTok or Pinterest. Instead of driving to multiple stores just trying to find enough matching organizers, you can almost complete your entire home setup with one properly planned order in the exact quantity you need. 3. Bonus buys. One of the biggest traps that makes many people think they are saving money at Dollar Tree is actually located right in the shampoo, body wash, and personal care section. At first glance, everything feels incredibly cheap. A bottle of shampoo costs just a few dollars, lotion looks much cheaper than at Walmart, and familiar brands appear all over the shelves. But what Dollar Tree does not want you paying attention to is the actual product size. Many shampoo, conditioner, and moisturizer bottles there are significantly smaller than the versions sold at Walmart, Costco, or Target. That creates the feeling that you are getting a bargain, but if you calculate the cost by ounces or actual volume, you may sometimes end up paying more for a miniature version. That is why longtime shoppers almost always check the size before looking at the price. And this is exactly where the bonus buys section starts becoming extremely valuable. This is an overlooked section on the Dollar Tree website, or inside some larger stores, where you can find true full-size retail products instead of the smaller mini versions commonly displayed on the main shelves. You may come across larger shampoo bottles, personal care packs in regular supermarket sizes, or products that previously appeared at Walmart but were transferred to Dollar Tree as closeouts or overstock inventory. What surprises many people is that some bonus buys products genuinely offer far better value than the mini versions on the regular shelves. Instead of buying 2 or 3 small bottles just to have enough, you can get the actual full-size version at a significantly lower cost per ounce. 4. Crafters Square products. If you have ever walked into Michael's or Hobby Lobby for DIY supplies, you understand how just a few small crafting materials can send your total bill to $40 or $50 incredibly fast. A single roll of vinyl, a few unfinished wood decor pieces, or a small craft kit can sometimes cost more than the item you are actually trying to make yourself. And that is exactly why many people have started turning to a place almost nobody expected inside Dollar Tree, Crafters Square. Over the past few years, Dollar Tree has significantly upgraded the Crafters Square line. This is no longer the kids' craft section it used to be. Many of the products now are surprisingly decent and good enough for home DIY projects, kitchen organization, or Pinterest and TikTok-style decor that has become extremely popular. What surprises many people most is the price difference. Items like adhesive vinyl, unfinished wood boards, paint supplies, storage jars, or small toolkits at Michael's often range around $10 to $15. Meanwhile, at Dollar Tree, many similar items cost only around $1.25 to $3, while the actual quality is still enough to handle about 70 to 80% of normal everyday use. And for many DIY shoppers, 80% quality for 20% of the price is honestly more than enough. Especially if you just want to test out a new decor idea instead of investing professionally. Spending a few dollars instead of a few dozen dollars makes it much easier to get started. Crafter's Square is